Good morning, friends. Today we're going to try something new. We are going to try to do a craft together. So you at home and me sitting in my home, we're going to see if we can do this because you know Mrs. Kaler loves crafts and art and trying to do it, but it is so different trying to do all of these things from home. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to give you some alternate things that you can use if you don't have these things at your house. So you might have to watch a little bit and then pause it and see what you can find. So to make this project, you need a paper plate. This is just, the kind of paper plate that can bend really easily. Paper plate. If you don't have a piece of paper plate, you can just use a piece of paper and then cut the piece of paper like a circle, kind of like this. I have my crayon box, so I have crayons in here. If we were at school, we'd be using our watercolor paints. So if you have any kind of paints or something like that at home that you'd rather use, you can use that, or markers, or colored pencils, anything that you have at home that will help you get color onto our craft. That might even be stickers. I found some stickers in my closet. These have little flowers on them. Flowers, oh look, and little butterflies. So if you have stickers, that might be a good way to decorate, but for today, I'm just going to use crayons. So a paper plate, crayons, some scissors, and then at the end, you're probably going to want either some glue stick or some tape. I would be using pipe cleaners if I was at school because all of my craft stuff is at school. So we need something that's going to make little antennas on our butterfly. So a pipe cleaner is something that you can bend and stretch. If you have wired ribbon, that might work. I'm just going to be using part of my paper plate for this because I don't have pipe cleaners. So why don't you stop for just a second and go see if you can find a paper plate or a piece of paper, something to color with, and something to cut with, and then something to put the antennas on. Okay, see what you can find. All right, so we already took a little bit of time this morning to add color to our paper plate. So ta-da, here's my paper plate. This is going to be a butterfly. Now, what we did was we tried to make symmetry on both sides of our butterfly. So we colored 3 yellow on this side and 3 yellow on that side. Remember, symmetry is if you fold it in half, one side is a mirror image. It looks exactly like the other side. And the reason why we're doing symmetry for this is because God has created so many things in nature to be symmetrical. That means the same on both sides. Most flowers are symmetrical. Even if you look at my face, if I draw a line straight down my face, this side of my face matches this side of my face. Not my hair because I have it parted differently, but I have part of a nostril on this side and part on this side, one eye on this side and one eye on this side. And butterflies are the same. So in all of the books that we've been reading about butterflies, they told us that butterflies have symmetry. So if I made a dot on this side, then I made a dot on this side. Okay, so I've colored my whole plate. So you can use whatever you have to put color on and color with crayons, markers, paint. If you paint, make sure you let it dry and then come back for the next part. Okay, so go ahead and push pause and color your plate. Okay, and next I'm going to take our paper plate and I'm going to pinch it like a taco, like a hot dog, and I'm going to make that line. I'm going to make that line pinch down, okay, like that, and then open it up. You see the line on one side? And then I'm going to fold it like a taco on the other way and pinch it all the way across. And when I open it up, I can see both ways. Okay. Now my next step is with my scissors. Okay. With my scissors, I want to cut half. Do you see what shape we made? We made triangles, except it's a rounded end. So I'm going to cut halfway. See that little center button right there? I'm going to cut to that little, almost all the way to that little center button. So I'm going to go halfway between. I'm going to cut to that middle line. See where I cut? And then I'm going to go halfway between on this side and cut to that little same spot. And I'm going to take that part out. Okay, so what I kind of made like a little part of a triangle. And then I'm going to flip it upside down, turn my frown into a smile. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So look for the triangle shape and about halfway, cut up to that middle line. And then do the same on this side. Cut up to that middle line. And I'm going to take it off. Okay, so what am I left with? Can you see how it's turning into a butterfly? Look how pretty that is. Okay, here's my butterfly's wings. So if I wanted to, I could color both sides. Now remember, a lot of times butterflies are very colorful on one side, and then on the back, their wings are brown and gray and black, so they can blend in with like the trunk of a tree or a little stem or a branch. So if you wanted to color the back of your butterfly, you could do that as well. Now this is the part where if I had pipe cleaners, I'd make a little hole right here, and I'd put one pipe cleaner through and twist it right here, and then make an antenna and make an antenna. So if you have wired ribbon or a pipe cleaner, you can do that to your butterfly right now, but I don't have that. So I'm going to go back to the part that I already cut, and I'm just going to cut a strip and a strip. How many antennas does a butterfly have? Do you remember? 2. So now I've cut 2 strips that are left from my paper plate, and I want my antennas to be curly. So I'm going to take a pencil, I'm going to pinch with my fingers, and I'm going to make this part of my paper plate roll around and around and around and around my pencil, so that when I let go of it and pull it off, my antenna now has a little bit of a curl. I'm going to do that with my other antenna too. Around and around and around and around like that, so that when I pull it off, bloop, there's a curl. Now you can make it as curly and as curly tight as you want, or you can loosen it up when it's done. And I have some tape at my house. I know you have a glue stick in the bag that I sent home with you, and hopefully if you go to pick up your supplies at school, Mrs. Kaler gave you another glue stick so that you have some extras at home. I'm going to take my antenna and decide which way I want it to be, and I'm going to put my antenna on the inside. Remember, you might want to color this with a brown or something like that, but I'm going to put my antenna on the back and hold it with my thumb. And you can use a glue stick to glue this on. You can use tape to tape it on. Okay, so there's one antenna taped on, and here is a little piece of tape for my second antenna. I'm gonna put my second antenna right there. And then you can move them around a little bit, decide where you want them to be. And there is my beautiful, you see it flying? My beautiful butterfly. Why don't you see if you can make one today too? If you want to curl his wings, you can curl his wings a little bit. If you want to add a piece of string, you can have your butterfly hang, maybe from a chandelier in your house or from a hook. Okay, you can put your butterfly up on a refrigerator or on a wall. You can put it in your front window so that if people are outside walking by, they can see your beautiful creation. Okay, see what you can do today.